Every human culture, no matter how geographically isolated, eventually confronts the exact same biological reality. We are the only animals walking the earth, burdened with a high-level cognitive awareness that we are going to die. Psychologists refer to this psychological burden as tarot management theory. Because we are constantly aware of our own inevitable mortality, that knowledge should theoretically create a paralyzing dread, making day-to-day survival and functioning nearly impossible. To cope with the heavy weight of that awareness, early human societies universally built extensive frameworks to explain what happens after biological failure. They constructed a reality beyond the grave to act as a buffer against the fear of non-existence. For thousands of years, these interpretations of the post-death state have served as the foundational pillars of our civilizations. They dictate how we mourn, how we build our monuments, and how we balance the scales of justice in our daily lives. Exploring the topography of imagined underworlds and heavenly realms allows us to see how humans have tried to map the contours of hope, morality, and the search for significance. Earthly life is observably unfair. Criminals frequently escape consequence, while the innocent suffer. If a society believes that this chaos is the final word, the social order quickly breaks down. The ancient Egyptians solved this crisis of fairness by turning death into a highly moralized test. They mandated extreme physical preservation, creating mummies to act as an anchor, so the deceased soul could recognize its physical vessel and survive the treacherous journey into the underworld. This diagram illustrates Egyptian mythology's ultimate moral test. The deceased's heart, recording their life's actions, was weighed against the feather of truth. The stakes were absolute. A pure heart entered paradise. A sinful heart was devoured by the supernatural beast Ammit, resulting in permanent annihilation. This chart contrasts the linear Abrahamic model with the cyclical dharmic frameworks of the East, operating on a continuous loop of rebirth. Justice is enforced by karma. Every action dictates a person's next rebirth until they exhaust their karmic debt and achieve liberation. Whether it's a supernatural courtroom weighing a literal heart or a cosmic wheel tallying karmic debt, these eschatological systems do the exact same work. They guarantee that cosmic balance eventually prevails over the unfairness of human life. Death also creates a severe structural void in the community. When someone dies, the living have to find a way to manage their grief and restore balance to the social network. Many indigenous frameworks resolve this tension by refusing to let the dead leave entirely. In the Yoruba religion of West Africa, the deceased transition into ancestral spirits. They remain tethered to the physical landscape, returning during ceremonies to guide their living descendants and maintain an unbroken family connection. But there is a more cynical interpretation. The philosopher Karl Marx argued the promise of a glorious afterlife was deliberately weaponized by the ruling class. If laborers believe their earthly suffering is infinitely rewarded in heaven, they are much less likely to rebel against systemic inequality in the physical world. In the modern scientific era, the empirical consensus paints a much colder picture. Strict physicalism dictates that everything we are, our consciousness, our memories, our identity, is produced entirely by the neurochemical function of the brain. When that biological machinery fails, the self permanently ceases to exist. Yet, advances in resuscitation technology complicate that strict biological reductionism. Millions of people who have survived clinical death report vivid, highly structured near-death experiences. Across vastly different cultures, patients report leaving their physical bodies, passing through deep darkness, and encountering a profound light. This forces scientists and philosophers to confront the hard problem of consciousness. We still do not have a biological mechanism explaining how physical cells generate subjective inner thought, leading to fierce debate over whether the brain generates the mind or merely acts as a temporary conduit for it. Whether deliberately weaponized for social control or debated as an unresolved biological mystery, the concept of a surviving soul remains the primary defense mechanism we have against the terror of the absolute void. Today, rapid secularization and technological advancement are fracturing these ancient beliefs along sharp geographic and demographic lines. This chart visualizes the stark global divide in afterlife beliefs. While a massive 85% of adults in Indonesia and 70% in the United States maintain faith in post-mortem existence, confidence drops to just 38% in highly secularized European nations like Sweden. But even as institutional religious affiliation is dropping in the West, the psychological demand for eternal continuation refuses to extinguish. The search for immortality is simply moving out of the church and into the laboratory. Driven by transhumanism, technologists are actively theorizing a digital afterlife. The concept involves mapping the trillions of neural connections in the human brain and uploading that consciousness to an artificial intelligence cloud server, allowing a person to theoretically live forever in a digital environment. This secular quest for eternity introduces a profound ethical puzzle. If a mind is successfully uploaded to a server, we have no empirical way to prove if that digital entity possesses the exact same subjective consciousness as the original person, or if it is merely a highly sophisticated, soulless simulation. From the magical incantations of ancient Egypt to the humming server farms of modern computer science, our search for the afterlife is ultimately a mirror of the living. It is a testament to our refusal to fade into the dark, proving that the human demand for meaning is as permanent as death itself.